If you currently have the cut list or parts section in KCD on your software, you can just go up to this button here and click on parts. What this is going to allow you to do is essentially copy a pre-existing cut list that has questions that will define what specifically you do as far as materials, as far as details on how you cut things. Do you dado? Do you rabbet? Do you plan on your backs? All these little details will be asked within these cut lists. But you first want to make a copy of the correct cut list. Now, if it were a face frame cabinet construction, you'd click on this and you'd make a copy. If it was frameless, you'd click on the KCD Euro and make a copy. We have the closet library here, or construction method. You click that, copy. Doors Plus is just our Doors Plus version in Dovetail Drawers, where you can buy a product of our software that is just for manufacturing doors and drawers. And if you have any questions, you could always call on that. Now, right now, I'm going to click on KCD Euro, and I'm going to make a copy. Now, it will always say my Euro or my frame by default. You could leave it that, and that's fine. Or you could give it a, custom Euro cut list. Give it a name that you want. Type a description if you want. And if you have the DXF output for, let's say, CNC routers, things of that nature, you would want that checked on. Now I'm going to check it off and click OK. Now this is making an exact copy of the KCD Euro cut list. And like I said before, there are questions within there that ask specific questions on how you do things. And it's going to narrow down the questions further into the setup as you answer the first few. So I'm going to click on Custom Euro Cut List. I'm going to go Edit. And it tells me I'm on the cabinet construction section 1 here. You'll notice, do you have the CNC version of the, with the DXF output for KCD? If you don't know anything about the CNC and you're not sure, it's probably no. And as far as the next question here, how do I attach my bottoms, tops, and spanners? Well, once again, if you have a CNC router, you might blind dado, you may dowel, butt joint, rabbet, dado. Well, right here, we're just going to go and we're just going to click on it and go to, let's just go butt joint. And now these questions pop up down below here to how do you attach your backs to your sides. And you just look at the picture down here when you click on the question. There's no reason why when you click on this question you're not sure. If you're in doubt, look down here. And these are your choices. And once again, we know what a dado is, so maybe this is your back, maybe you dado it into your side. So we come over here to dado, we just select it. Now notice it says how do you attach your backs to your bottoms and tops. Well, some people have exceptions, that's why we ask these questions. Some people will say, well, of course I dado, or some people will say, no, I plant on and here, but I do something else somewhere, else. Now, we do have simple questions here, whether you notch for the sides, do separate kick boxes, or leg levelers. Well, once again, look at the question. If you do a separate kick box, click it. If you click leg levelers, that's fine too. But when you click notch sides for kick, remember, it's going to keep the height of this side automatically the same height as the cabinet. Now, if we're going to go back here, I'm just going to save it and close. To test what I just did, I can come over here, close, change it to the frameless construction, add a wall, and I would want to put up a simple base cabinet, a specific size, so that we don't have to do crazy math. And then we could go to top units. Let's go 21 on that. Click OK. And now remember, we want to make sure we remember what the size of these are so that when we look at the parts, and we go to the parts list, and we go to calculate, well, once again, we click on this. It's a matter of just picking a different report that shows it differently on the screen. Now, assembly will actually show the report will print all parts for all units with a picture. Each one of these explains when you click on it down here what it is. So once again, the reason why we have different reports is to give you a different end result on a printed piece of paper, because you may have someone just building drawers and you just click on the drawers report with your cut list, calculate, and you can hand someone that drawer cut list real quick based on how you build drawers. So we'll go back to assembly. Normally you want to preview the report, because when you click on it and calculate, this is going to bring up a preview, and it's a lot easier to see on the screen. Now notice it has F and F. That's finished on both sides, and it's important when you put up a design what you've done as far as whether it's against the wall or next to another unit, because you may have something different in the construction method set up and it would give you a different result. Now I'm just going to zoom in on this and notice it gives me a full height 35.5 by 24 left side, and we look at this and we've got 34.5 here. It's saying the depth is 24, so the sides seem to calculate correctly. We have, notice, 19.5 for a bottom, 19.5 for your spanners. Well, once again, I scroll down here. Notice my opening is 19.5. If we had answered that we dado or rabbet, that number would have changed. So once again, this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to learn about the cut list, but that should at least get you started looking at what you need to set up.